be me, 32 years old, marketing director at a tech firm in Brooklyn, standing in my grandmother's lake house kitchen watching a 26-year-old make everyone fall in love with her without even trying. My grandmother's 80th birthday party. Family rented this massive place upstate. 3 floors, wraparound deck, pontoon boat at the dock. I arrived Friday night with expensive wine and immediately felt off. My cousin Kyle was there with his new girlfriend, Mia. She was in the kitchen with Grandma, actually helping prep food. Not performative helping, genuinely chopping vegetables, laughing at stories, completely at ease. "You must be Alexis," she said, wiping her hands. "Kyle talks about you all the time. I love your Instagram. Your Portugal trip looked incredible." I smiled and immediately felt like she was trying too hard. Nobody's that nice. Saturday morning, I came downstairs around 9. Half the family was already setting up for the BBQ. Kyle, my cousins Brad and Jared, uncles, all moving tables while their wives organized decorations. Mia was everywhere, helping Grandma, arranging flowers, asking if anyone needed water. Genuinely cheerful. I made coffee and sat on the deck, scrolling through work emails. "Lex, you gonna help or just supervise?" Brad said it like a joke, but there was an edge. "I literally just woke up. Some of us worked until 9 last night." He shrugged and went back to unfolding chairs. My sister Emma sat next to me. "You good?" "Yeah. Why?" "You have that face." "What face?" "The judgy one." "I'm not being judgy. I'm just observing that Kyle's girlfriend is really committed to the whole pick me thing." Emma's face flashed disappointment. "Or maybe she's just nice, Lex." "Right. Sure. I'm serious. Not every woman who's pleasant is performing for male attention. You know, you could help, too." I stayed on the deck. Kyle and I used to be close. Growing up, he was the cousin I could actually talk to. But that morning, when I tried to joke with him, he was grabbing beer. I said, "Bud Light?" "God, Kyle, you're such a dad now." He barely smiled. "Yeah, I like what I like," he said, and walked away. Not mean, just done. I watched him go back to Mia, kiss the top of her head. She leaned into him like it was the most natural thing in the world. The BBQ was fine. Good food, everyone drinking. But I kept noticing things. Jared used to always save me a seat. Today, he nodded at the empty chair across from him and his girlfriend. Not next to them. Across. Brad barely talked to me. Kyle was polite, but distant. Late afternoon, I was walking back from the bathroom and heard Kyle talking to Uncle Robert on the dock. "I'm just done, you know," Kyle was saying. "Done trying to prove myself. Done with games. Mia doesn't make me jump through hoops. She just actually likes me. It's not complicated." "Your generation's finally learning what took me 2 divorces to figure out," Uncle Robert said. "Find someone who makes your life better, not harder." I stood in the bathroom, staring at my reflection. They weren't talking about me. Kyle and I never dated, but something about "done with games" felt aimed at me anyway. I thought about Christmas 8 months ago. I'd just ended things with my ex, was telling Kyle about it, and he'd said, "Maybe you're too hard on guys, Lex." I'd laughed it off, made a joke about how men are fragile. He didn't laugh. That was our last real conversation. Dinner that night was at the big table on the deck. I ended up between Emma and my mom. Mia was across from me, next to Kyle. I watched them all night. The way she touched his arm when she laughed. The way he looked at her like she was the only person there. At one point, Kyle's beer was empty. Mia got up without him asking and brought him a new one. "You didn't have to do that, babe." "I know," she said, smiling. "I wanted to." It wasn't submissive. It wasn't pick-me behavior. It was just loving. And Kyle's face when she handed him that beer, I've never had a guy look at me like that. Driving home Sunday, I kept replaying the weekend. The distance from my cousins, Emma's comment, that overheard conversation, The way Mia existed versus the way I do. Monday morning, sitting in my apartment with coffee, I couldn't shake this feeling. Something had shifted, and I didn't know when it happened. 2 weeks later, Thursday night, I'm at Equinox. 7 p.m. post-work crowd. I'm on the treadmill when I see him. Derek. He looks different. Better. More fit. Bigger arms. Broader shoulders. Better haircut. Nice watch. He's at the cable machine with a woman. She's really pretty. Brunette. Athletic. Natural looking. She's laughing, touching his bicep while he adjusts weight for her. I nearly trip on the treadmill. Derek. The guy I ghosted 6 months ago because he was boring. We matched on Hinge last spring. Good job in finance, stable, had his life together. We got drinks, dinner, coffee. He was nice, genuinely nice, texted consistently, asked thoughtful questions. But he was too eager, too available, too easy. After our third date, he texted asking when I was free. I left him on red for 4 days. Then posted Instagram stories from a club, me and my girlfriends, looking hot, clearly having fun without him. He never texted again. I told my friends he couldn't handle a confident woman. Now he's across the gym looking like a magazine ad, and this woman is looking at him like he hung the moon. I slow my treadmill. They're doing partner workouts. Easy conversation, lots of laughing. She finishes her set. He high-fives her, pulls her in for a quick kiss. Not performative, just casual, affectionate. They move to the water fountain. I hop off the treadmill, walk over like I'm just getting water. Oh my God, Derek. He turns. Polite recognition. Not excited, not nervous, just polite. Hey, Alexis. How have you been? It's been forever. We should catch up sometime. His face doesn't change. I'm good, but thanks. Take care, Alexis. He puts his hand on her lower back, and they leave. That's it. No, how have you been? No, yeah, maybe. Just a clean dismissal. She didn't even register me as a threat. That's what stings most. I finish my workout on autopilot, shower, go home. Pour wine and tell myself I'm not bothered. Then I open Instagram, find his profile. It's public. So many photos of them. Machu Picchu 2 months ago. Fancy restaurant. Tulum Beach, sunset. Hiking last weekend. Caption, life's better when someone actually wants to be on your team. Comments from his friends. She's a keeper, man. Finally found your person. Upgrade complete. I scroll back to right after we stopped talking. Solo gym photo. New chapter. Better version. 1 month later, she appears. I click on her profile. Physical therapist, runs a practice in Brooklyn. Photos with friends, family, patients. Photos of her and Derek, always candid, genuine. One of him making her breakfast 3 weeks ago. His comment, my girl, simple, easy, real. I go back to Derek's profile one more time. Notice he has a story highlight titled Growth. I click it. Gym progress photos. A screenshot of a quote, choose peace over chemistry. A photo with his guy friends. Caption, surrounded by real ones who want to see me win. I remember, I used to make fun of his self-help phase. Called him cringe for reading relationship books. Rolled my eyes when he tried to talk about emotional intelligence. The realization hits. He didn't just move on. He actively decided I was what he needed to grow away from. He didn't post that hiking caption for me. He's not trying to make me jealous. He doesn't think about me at all. I was a blip. A brief moment he moved past, and he found someone better without even trying to prove anything. I think about my last text, 4 days after our date, after leaving him on red. Hey, sorry, been busy? Still down to hang? He never responded. At the time, I thought he was being petty. Now I realize he was just done. I'm alone, analyzing his social media while he's out there living his life with a woman who makes everything easy. The word easy keeps echoing. My phone buzzes. Jess. Drinks tomorrow? Need to debrief my disaster date? I respond, yes please. But I feel this creeping discomfort. When was the last time I had a good date? When was the last time a guy looked at me the way Derek looked at her? When was the last time I made anything feel easy? Saturday night. My friend Rachel's brownstone in Park Slope. Dinner party, intimate, good wine, too much food, and the unspoken agenda of setting up single friends. Rachel texted Wednesday. Dinner Saturday, 7 p.m. Tom's co-worker Jordan will be there. He's single and you'd like him. I know what this is. I show up at 7:15 with nice Sancerre. 8 people total. Rachel and Tom, Jordan, Rachel's younger cousin Lily, visiting from Boston, and 2 other couples. Jordan is by the kitchen island when I walk in. Tall, well-dressed, objectively handsome, strong jaw, good hair. Alexis, this is Jordan. Jordan, my friend Alexis from college. We shake hands, firm grip, warm smile, eye contact. Rachel seats me next to Jordan. Lily's across from us. 25, grad student, fresh-faced energy. Dinner starts. Jordan mentions he's a data engineer, coaches youth basketball, into rock climbing. I'm in my usual mode, witty, challenging, testing. Youth basketball? Oh, that's sweet. Trying to relive your glory days? Jordan doesn't miss a beat. Nah, just like working with kids. Keeps me grounded. Turns to Tom about something else. Not defensive, just unaffected. I try again when he mentions a work project optimizing data for retail. So you're basically just making rich companies richer? Jordan sips wine. That's one way to look at it. I focus on the problem-solving aspect. Asks another guy about non-profit work. Conversation moves on. I threw a punch and he just stepped aside. Later, I mentioned my ex. My last boyfriend was intimidated by successful women. Couldn't handle that I out-earned him? Jordan looks at me. Really looks. Or maybe he just wanted peace. The table goes quiet. What's that supposed to mean? Just that not everything is about money or success. Sometimes people just want to feel good around each other. Then to Lily. What's your thesis on again? Lily lights up, explains her public health research. Jordan asks great follow-up questions, compliments her methodology. I watch him with her, warm, engaged, leaning in when she talks. When she laughs, he smiles like he's genuinely enjoying her. Later, Jordan helps Rachel clear plates without being asked. Thanks, Tom, for the wine, asks one of the wives about her new job. With everyone else, he's easy and pleasant. With me, he's cordial, polite, but no warmth. I notice his body language. When Lily talks, he turns his whole body toward her, puts his phone face down, laughs with his whole chest. When I talk, he maintains eye contact, but his body angles slightly away. His responses are polite, but his energy is closed off. Physically present, but emotionally checked out. It's the difference between someone who wants to connect and someone who's just being polite until they can leave. I realize I've been treating this like a job interview, and he's decided I'm not worth a second round. After dinner, I corner him by the bookshelf. So, are you on the apps? The dating scene here is brutal. He looks at me with this tired expression. I'm taking a break, focusing on what I actually want instead of just swiping. And what do you want? Flirty tone, tilted head. Someone who doesn't make everything feel like a job interview. He holds my gaze. Not mean, just honest. Then he excuses himself. I leave around 10:30. Monday morning, Rachel texts. So, Jordan specifically asked me not to set him up with anyone from our circle. He said he can tell within 30 minutes if someone's going to be exhausting. My stomach drops. Did he say that about me? He didn't have to, Lex. You kind of grilled him all night. Tom said Jordan told him you seemed like you were waiting for him to fail a test. I stare at my phone. He wasn't right for me anyway. Rachel doesn't respond. That afternoon, Lily posts a story. She's still in New York. Photo of her and Jordan at a West Village coffee shop. Casual, no romantic vibe, but the ease is obvious. Caption: New friends in new cities. Jordan's reply: Best conversation I've had all week. I close Instagram. Jordan wasn't intimidated, he wasn't threatened, he just wasn't interested in dealing with me. And I can't even call him wrong. Tuesday afternoon, my therapist's office in Midtown. Dr. Martinez's space. Neutral colors, comfortable couch, abstract art. I've been seeing her for a year. She's good. But today, I'm venting and she's giving me a look I don't like. I don't understand. These guys act interested, then the second I show personality, they're out. Derek found someone basic. Jordan told my friend, I'm exhausting. My cousins are distant. It's like men can't handle strong women anymore. Dr. Martinez nods slowly. Pauses. Alexis, I want to offer something. Do you think it's possible you approach dating with combative energy? I feel my spine straighten. Combative? You describe interactions like battles, testing men, challenging them. That's not confidence, that's defense. I have standards. I'm not apologizing for that. Standards are healthy, but there's a difference between standards and constant testing. What are you testing for? I need to know they won't fold, that they can match my energy. But matching your energy means tolerating disrespect disguised as banter. That's not strength. That's exhaustion. My chest feels tight. So I should just be soft and agreeable? That's internalized misogyny. There's a difference between being soft and being kind, between agreeable and pleasant. You can be strong and warm at the same time. I stand up. I think we're done for today. Alexis? No. I came here for support, not to be told I'm the problem. I leave, furious. Text my group chat with Jess and Amber. My therapist just told me I'm the problem. Switching therapists, ASAP. Jess. OMG, she sounds like she's from the 1950s. Amber takes longer. Finally. Or maybe she has a point? I don't respond to Amber. That evening, I call Marcus, my best friend since college, the one who always picks up. Voicemail. I text, need to talk, call me when you can. 2 hours pass. Finally, around 10, hey, can we talk tomorrow? Trying to have a quiet night with Vanessa. Vanessa, his girlfriend of 6 months. It's kind of important, just 15 minutes? My phone rings. Marcus, but his voice sounds tired. Hey, Lex. Sorry to bother you, Actually, I'm glad you called. I've been meaning to talk. Vanessa and I had a long talk this weekend, and she's not comfortable with how much emotional labor I do for you. Emotional labor? Marcus, I'm your friend. Is she that insecure? No. She's secure enough to not tolerate me being another woman's emotional husband. The phrase hits like cold water. What does that mean? It means you call me at midnight about guys who don't text back. You vent for hours but never ask about my life. Vanessa pointed out you've met her 3 times and still don't know what she does. I genuinely can't remember. She's in marketing? She's a pediatric nurse? Silence. I need boundaries, Lex. I can't be your on-call therapist anymore. It's not fair to Vanessa, and honestly, not fair to me either. I can't believe you're letting her control your friendships. She's not controlling anything. I'm choosing my relationship. I'm choosing peace. That word again. Peace. Wow. Okay, good luck with that. I hang up, sit on my couch, staring at my phone, feeling walls close in. I open Hinge, re-download it, create new profile, good photos, witty prompts. Matches come in, but they're different. Lower effort, bad photos, empty bios, the kind that scream, swipe right on everyone. I message Connor. 34, lawyer, looks good on paper. Conversation starts fine. Then he doesn't respond for 6 hours. I send, Lowell, did you get lost on the way to your phone? Connor. Just busy with work. Not everyone's glued to their phone. Me. Someone sensitive. 3 dots. Then disappear. The match disappears. He unmatched me. I stare at my screen, shocked. Other conversations are dying. Polite, but low-effort responses. No real investment. One guy. Hey sexy, wanna meet up? I don't respond. Close the app. Pour wine. Check Instagram. Vanessa posted, she and Marcus at a pottery class, covered in clay, laughing. Caption, my favorite human. Marcus commented, every day with you is easy. Easy. That word follows me. I think about Dr. Martinez, Jordan, Derek and Stephanie, Kyle and Mia, all these men just choosing easy, choosing peace. And I'm here alone, wondering when I became the hard option. 3 weeks later, I'm at my cousin Brad's house in New Jersey. Baby shower for his pregnant wife Nicole. Smaller gathering. Mostly women, some husbands. I'm at the gift table, organizing ribbon, half listening. That's when I hear Aunt Carol from the kitchen. I'm just so relieved Kyle found Mia, his ex-fiancée. Remember Tara? She treated him like a servant. I freeze. Another aunt. Oh, I remember. Always demanding, never satisfied. He'd plan a date, she'd complain about the restaurant, he'd buy flowers, she'd say he was love-bombing. Men today just won't put up with what they used to, Aunt Carol says. And good for them. Why should they tolerate being treated like ATMs and emotional punching bags? My hands stop moving. Tara's behavior, the demanding, the complaining, the dissatisfaction, sounds exactly like me. The complexity I thought was authenticity. The standards I thought were empowerment. The tests I thought were necessary. I look across the room. Kyle's on the couch. Mia walks over with a plate of food, hands it to him. His whole face lights up. He pulls her down, kisses her forehead. You didn't have to do that, babe. I know. I wanted to. It's not submissive. It's not pick me. It's just love. The ease between them. No tension, no games. It's so obvious now. I watch Brad with Nicole. She asks him to grab her purse. He gets up immediately, no sighing. Comes back, kisses her temple. Thanks, babe. Of course. Not transactional, just how they are. My brain tries to protect me, offering explanations, justifications. Maybe I've been unlucky. Maybe the right guy will appreciate my complexity. Maybe men haven't caught up yet. But underneath, there's quiet, creeping panic. What if I've been treating dating like war? What if making men prove themselves wasn't standards? What if that's why Derek didn't try to win me back, because he knew I wasn't worth it? I drive home, hands tight on the wheel, get to my apartment, pour wine, sit in the dark, open my dating apps. Fewer matches than last week. Quality has dropped noticeably. The guys I'm matching with are low effort. Bad photos, empty bios, hey messages. Quality men aren't appearing anymore. I Google, why am I not getting good matches on dating apps anymore? First result, the algorithm knows how your behavior affects who sees you. The article explains, if conversations die quickly, the algorithm assumes you're difficult. If you get unmatched frequently, it drops your priority. I keep scrolling. Another article pops up. Why high-value men are walking away. The 7 signs they've stopped tolerating modern dating. My stomach drops. I click it. The list. 1. They stop engaging with mind games and testing 2. They choose peace over drama 3. They walk away from women who treat them like job applicants. 4. They set boundaries with female friends who use them for emotional labor. 5. They don't chase women who showed disinterest. 6. They recognize red flags early and act on them. 7. They date women who make them feel appreciated, not exhausted. Every single point describes a guy who's pulled away from me. Every single one. I'm not the victim of bad luck. I'm the common denominator. I closed the article. Marcus hasn't texted in 2 weeks. Dr. Martinez sent 1 email I haven't answered. My group chat is mostly just Jess complaining. Amber's busy with her fiancé. Derek is probably happy with Stephanie. Jordan is probably relieved. Kyle is building a life with Mia, and I'm here, alone. Refreshing apps that show worse options every day. I think about Dr. Martinez, combative energy, the difference between strength and exhaustion. Marcus's words. She's secure enough to not tolerate me being another woman's emotional husband, Jordan. Someone who doesn't make everything feel like a job interview. That word, easy. For a second, just a second, I almost get it. I almost see clearly that I've been making love feel like war. That I've been treating men like they need to earn me instead of just being with me. That maybe the problem isn't that men are weak now. Maybe they've just stopped tolerating being treated like shit. But then I catch myself. No, I'm not going to change who I am for men. That's what the patriarchy wants. For women to be smaller, easier, more convenient. I'm complex, multifaceted. The right man will understand. But even as I think it, it sounds hollow. My phone buzzes. New Hinge match. His first message, "Hey sexy, DTF?" I close the app. Stare at my reflection in the dark screen. The panic isn't loud. It's not dramatic. It's just this quiet, unavoidable knowing. Somewhere along the way, I got blacklisted from the good guy network. Not because they conspired, just because they all independently decided I wasn't worth the effort. And they moved on. Found women who made love feel like peace instead of war. I sit in my apartment, wine in hand, surrounded by expensive furniture and career achievements and all the things I thought made me a catch. And I'm alone. The knowing sits heavy. I refresh my app one more time. Worse matches than before. I close my phone. The reflection looks tired. The panic settles in. Quiet. Permanent. Real.